So if you're considering going on your next family road trip, you're probably wondering which vehicle is best for my family, because that's a crucial step in the planning process. Do I use my own? Do I rent? If I rent, from who? And if I find a place that I want to rent from, what option do I get? Do I get the RV? Do I do with the new trendy camper vans? And so in this week's video, we got you covered, because in this video, we're gonna work with a company called Roadsurfer, and they're gonna offer you the RV option or the camper van. So we're gonna dive into a full comparison of each and recommend which one you should take on your next family road trip. Cue the intro and let's get into it.
What's up YouTube? Trevi from the Adventure Buddies, the modern travel family, bringing you another video filled with tips, tricks, and inspiration to make sure you maximize your next family adventure, like we always do here at the Adventure Buddies.
So the first category we'll talk about is overall size, and it relates to the capacity and how many people can actually be inside of that. And so it should be noted that the camper van is going to be the smaller of the two options. And so the camper van is going to be able to sleep 4 people. And so it is going to have a bed on the bottom, and then the roof is going to pop up and you can have 2 people up there. But while there are 4 seat belts technically, we do think it might be a little bit cramped for 4. And so when we use this camper van, we went as a family of 3. So we had my wife, myself, and a baby at the time who was 1 year old. And so we had plenty of space for that, but anything over that might be a little tight. So if you are looking to go for the RV option, that again is going to give you more room, more space, etc. So that's going to be set to sleep 5. And we took our family of 5, and so we had 2 older kids who were 12 and 14 at the time, and we had no problem. We had ample amount of space, and so they had a bed over the cabin of the truck that fit 2 people. You had the dining room table that folded down into another bed, plus you had the queen size bed all the way in the back. So if you're looking for that bigger option, 1, because you're looking for more space, or 2, because you have more people that are going on the road trip with you, go with the larger option in the RV. So the next category you're probably considering is price. Which one is the more expensive option? Which one do I go with? And so believe it or not, they each cost the same. And so they're gonna start at $99 per night. We couldn't believe it, but it is actually true. And so they do fluctuate based on demand and availability, but the starting point is exactly the same. So we suggest if you are looking to go for the little bit more of a comfortable experience, go with the RV. But if you're looking to stay on trend, maybe concerned about the maneuverability, we'll get into that next, go with the smaller camper van. So the third category, and one that you may be particularly interested in, especially being new to RVing or going on a road trip, is which one is easier to maneuver? And so we will say that both are pretty easy to maneuver regardless of your overall driving experience. But we would say that the RV being a little bit longer, being a little bit wider, is just a tad bit hard to drive, especially when you're on the open road and you're getting hit with that wind. Sometimes it felt like you were driving a billboard and you had to make sure to correct yourself along the way. And so we would say though that the camper van did come equipped with a 360 camera. So even though it is a larger van than what we might have been used to when driving with our minivan, it did make parking and backing into things a lot easier. The RV, however, didn't have that nice amenity. So the fourth category is let's talk about overall amenities between the two. And quite frankly, they're actually fairly comparable. And so they're gonna have a kitchen, they're gonna have beds, they're gonna have a bathroom and a shower. But the RV, because it's larger, as we stated earlier, is just gonna have more bells and whistles than what the camper van can actually fit because of the sheer size. So you're gonna be met with a much larger bathroom and shower that you can get into, and both are very nice regardless of which unit you pick. And you're gonna be met with a bigger kitchen. So in the kitchen in the RV, you're gonna have a large fridge and freezer. You're gonna have a microwave, an oven, and a 3-burner stove. And so that made cooking a ton easier inside of that. Plus, you get ample space to kind of spread out and set up your stuff while you're cooking in that process. However, the camper van did have everything you needed to cook an actual meal, but again, much smaller. And so they did have a smaller fridge. They only had 2 stovetop burners, but they didn't have a microwave and they didn't have an oven. So if you're considering cooking these big lavish meals, we suggest you go with the RV over the camper van. And then finally, the last category is overall selections. And so when selecting between the 2 categories, you're gonna be able to find that in the RV category, you only have 1 option, and that is the Family Freedom Model. And that's the one that we actually just got back from, where we spent 8 days going up the coast of California, driving over 3,000 miles. If you wanna know more about that, click that red subscribe button for that upcoming video. However, if you're looking for that trendy camper van experience, you're gonna have several different options in the Roadsurfer catalog. And so this may be something you want to play around with. You may want to see which one works best for you. But if you're looking for a variety of options, go with the camper van and see what suits your fancy. So there you guys have it, a full comparison of Roadsurfer's RV versus camper model. And so if you ask us, which one are we going with if we had to choose? Well, naturally it has to be the RV because we have a family of 5. But if it was just my wife and I, we're definitely going with the camper van because it was super easy to maneuver and kind of trendy and cool and unique. So there you guys have it, our full review. And so if you like this video, please consider giving